Okay, this has not been an easy video to make because in making it, I realized something terrible had happened. Soul Deep had gone off course. It had made it mean too much.
Still looking forward to this one.
G'day, my name's Shawler, and I'm a creative who paints collages and writes fiction. So Soul Deep, yeah, we've been through a few transitions in the last couple of years, and here we are again, and this is more of a course correction back to its true north. The reason? I clung to my Soul Deep project like a rock to get me through the whirlwind of major transitions and upheaval, finishing work, moving across an ocean. And in doing so, I clung so tightly to Soul Deep, I made it mean more than it does. So I thought it might be best to tell you everything from the very beginning, and this is stuff I've already recorded.
There's this line from White Lotus, "Tell me everything, from the very beginning." Don't worry, I'm not going to start at the very beginning. We're going to skip over my whole creative journey and save that for another day. Just know that I was creating and painting, mixed media art journaling, all that sort of thing. And I joined the Lighthouse community, and that initial focus in the first year or two of the Lighthouse was, what's your light? How do you shine your light in the world? And I had no clue, none at all. So what I ended up doing was I went on retreat. At the time I was an associate at the Mount Calvary Monastery in Santa Barbara, and I would go up for a retreat every 6 months or so. I went up on retreat. This was, I think it was in 2019 when I figured it out. And I went with this intention to figure out what my light was. Like, I knew it had something to do with my art, but I didn't know what exactly. And I was really struggling. And in fact, I actually did a podcast with the Lighthouse founder, Christiane Squires, about why I wasn't finding my light. And I was journaling, I was walking, and I took the question to a labyrinth on site at Mount Calvary Monastery. And I walked the labyrinth, and I came out with, my light is to gift my art to the world. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. How does one gift one's art to the world? And at first I thought it was fundraisers. And so I actually did one for education in Burundi, and I had it in my backyard, and it was lovely. And so that was our way of gifting my art, was like to gift my art to the church for a display. And then the pandemic changed all of our lives, and the sharing of art was going live on Facebook. I was painting and praying together over what became of this painting.
And so I wondered about this, and as I spent another day planning out 2021, I was asked, what do I want to be known for? And this fell out of my pen. I want to be known for connecting people to themselves through my art, for illustrating soul-deep stuff that transforms. The phrase soul deep stuck, but I didn't have all the words then. I mean, they were there sort of, more honest and vulnerable. It's going deeper than just painting, being truly reflective. I took the question of how I was to gift my art to the world to a dream board. That is when Ariadne appeared.
Before I get into what the dream board said, let me explain what a dream board is. It is a concept practice developed by Jamie Ridler of Jamie Ridler Studios, and you do them as part of her studio yearbook, which you can get on her website. I will link the links. Having a studio yearbook actually was a fantastic practice for me. It helped me focus on what my light was, my creativity, and there were these monthly dream boards that we did on the full moon. And this is what the dream board said.
The goddess guards the entry to my dream, my vocation, in her hand. She holds the thread, the way forward. All I need to do is to convince her of my sincerity, and she will give me the thread that will show me the way through the labyrinth. Indigo blue for truth. The precious truth presented through the wild work of creating art and documenting it, weaving the two mediums together and more, leaving the door open for possibilities yet unthought of. Revealed through a daily journaling practice, writing about the creation and not creation, and how that makes me feel and affects my well-being. Through paint and words, recording stories, making visible those stories that I have left hidden on the canvas. The canvas can handle my truth and energy. My pen can too. A gift to bring calm and restoration to others, not just myself, is sharing the process, the internal tickings, the waves crashing against impossible cliffs. How my art will be a gift to the world? Yes. Just setting the intention to explore this and figure out how it would work was enough. In early 2021, I signed up for a Sophia Circle, which is a kind of mastermind group in the Lighthouse community. And that gave me the space to focus, discover, and lay the groundwork for what would become Soul Deep. It included some crazy camera setups, like this little GoPro-ish trip, and I came up with this concept. Soul Deep is the weaving together of different media to show how the divine transforms and heals through the co-creation of art. I thought I had it. I set it up like an online gallery space for people to come and view the paintings and the videos as they wished. I launched the website in May 2021 and I put my heart and soul into it that summer. And then I had to shift gears and get ready for an international move. And that move meant slimming Soul Deep down to an on-the-road version where I art journaled and shared my journey. Once I was here and I bought my house and was settling in, I spent a couple of months thinking about Soul Deep's development. In order to delve into what Soul Deep is all about, I sat myself in front of one of my paintings. It's called Venice. And yes, I filmed my meditating upon it. I have spent a good chunk of time pondering what Soul Deep means to me and what I want it to mean to those who have participated in the process. What was I making it mean? I knew it was a spiritual practice for me, and I sensed it could be a spiritual practice for you as witnesses to the process, and this is where I went off the rails, because my early call was also that my art would be transformative, not just for me, which it is, but for you. I started to put together this origin story video, which has gone through a lot of editing, and I realized something was feeling off. I'd made it mean too much, as an anchor, as a calling, and as something to be practiced spiritually. How had this happened? I went back and I realized that from its inception to launch, it was barely 6 months. I had hustled Soul Deep into creation. I hadn't allowed it to fully gestate. I rushed the idea out into the world, when perhaps I should have kept it to myself through the major move and until I was ready and settled in my new home. But I needed Soul Deep as an anchor, something to keep me sane through major transitions. And I wanted you to see it too, because in seeing my painting, you saw me. Yeah. So, late last year I brainstormed and hustled so I could relaunch Soul Deep again this past February, and this time it was no mere online exhibition, but it was important. It was spiritual. Working with the divine stuff. Transformative. I can make fun of that now. I do feel the divine does have a hand in when I create. I think that's still true. And so, in my struggle to be seen, because of course I identified too closely with my paintings, I went off course. I had hustled through Soul Deep because I didn't know then how to listen to my speed of soul. But now I do. I didn't allow for the breadth of ways art can make a difference to viewers. Viewing a painting or reading a book becomes a part of one's lived experience. It isn't a radical transformation, it can be a small shift. In this most recent pause, I've journaled my why as an artist and why I share, to get past that need to be seen, and of course, I painted it out. I painted my tears, the veiled woman mourning, going off course, the angel watching over me, my muse of creativity and or speed of soul, can be both, and I painted me restored, dancing, and hidden in the painting I discovered a woman on a swing, someone who has made the course correction and can move freely once more. Lighter in a way that feels true to me and the paintings, and for you. So I no longer want to focus on Soul Deep as a spiritual experience or a practice, but either it is or it isn't for you. Physio Divina shows that you can meditate with a painting. That's not the issue here. What I'm doing is I am releasing control of how I want you to view my paintings. I can't control what the receiver does with a gift, right? Soul Deep now becomes a part of my offerings as a creative. I paint, I write, I collage, and sharing my final paintings along with the story behind them is my way of inviting you into the painting's creation and the story hidden in it. What one of my viewers said over a year ago about Soul Deep still holds true. Beauty is one of the things that feeds my soul, and the Soul Deep exhibition is full of beautiful works of art. Soul Deep invites me to slow down, pay attention, notice. It fosters openness and curiosity. It is an immersive art experience where you can learn more about particular paintings, the artist who created them, and yourself. That's from Kathy S. It's okay to make course corrections. My newfound wisdom and speed of soul made me aware of how I'd gone wrong. I can't beat myself up about not having that wisdom at the time. And Soul Deep, in all its forms, got me through a lot. So Soul Deep's going back to its original state, me telling stories through painting in the process of painting. And it's going to happen right here on YouTube. No more trekking to another website. And Soul Deep remains my free gift to you. I'll be updating the past content and posting the paintings here for you to enjoy on YouTube, along with some helps that will help you spend time gazing upon the painting. The first Soul Deep painting will be coming out next week, so you can try this for yourself. Don't forget to subscribe and enable notifications when the next Soul Deep video goes live. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again soon on this Soul Deep journey. A train and an airplane go. But dreaming of when I can film again.